crazy. I ain't got her like a bitch, she know a nigga wait. Ice water on my wrist, that's why these niggas hate. I gotta keep on stacking, let these niggas play. I put up in some shit that made your bitch go crazy. I ain't got her like a bitch, she know a nigga wait. Ice water on my wrist, that's why these niggas hate. Ice water on my wrist, that's why these niggas hate. Yeah, I just hit a lick for 50 bands, yeah. And I buzz it down with all my friends, yeah. If you owe me, pay me on my ends, yeah. Cause you don't want me put up in them bands, yeah. Feel like Johnny Dang, diamonds on all my chains, bitches be calling me, whipping work on my bitch. I got hoes, they got friends. I bought that bitch and I gave her a zang, and she wanna do it again. And she rollin', rollin', rollin'. All these bad bitches, they on it. I just whipped another foreign. I gave up with her, she bought.
The following contest is contested for the NXT Women's Championship. Paige here going to look to take the fight to Beth Phoenix early on in this contest before Beth Phoenix can even get into the ring. And now she's going to follow her up to the top rope here. Paige looking for an avalanche German suplex to the champion all the way off the top rope as we get started in this NXT Women's Championship match. Paige now with a super kick taking down the dominant champion Beth Phoenix. For the past few months, no woman in the women's division has been able to go toe-to-toe with Beth Phoenix, but Paige straight out the gate showing the aggression with those headbutts, a series of headbutts to Beth Phoenix, and the champion now having to crawl over to the corner, and Paige going to continue the assault over there as Beth Phoenix was looking to recover there. I think this could be a sound strategy for Paige to take the fight to Beth Phoenix early on, as we have seen Beth Phoenix systematically dismantle people such as Candice LeRae in recent months in her championship defenses, and now a back suplex terminating any offense that Paige had, any momentum she had going in this contest already. And now Beth Phoenix going to look to lift her up for that power bomb, but Paige quickly able to fight out with a series of punches to the face. And now Beth Phoenix with a terminating forearm smash, able to take down Paige and just stunt her momentum once again in this contest. Paige now fighting back here. Of course, now Paige going for a bridging fisherman suplex as she hooks the leg, but only gets a 1 count on Beth Phoenix, unsuccessful in her endeavor to get the pinfall right there. Beth Phoenix holding the NXT Women's Championship for 117 days, the longest reign of any NXT Women's Champion since Toni Storm's reign, who we saw come back on NXT this week. Now going for a Russian leg sweep from behind from Paige as she continues to take it to the NXT Women's Champion. And Beth Phoenix looking to hold down that championship if she can't defend here tonight. Oh, Paige going for a Hurricane Rana off of the second rope. Excuse me for the interruption. As now Paige lifting her back up and catching a back elbow, sending Beth Phoenix back into the corner. and now boot to the face as these two are back and forth in this contest. Beth Phoenix trying to stop Paige, now just wrestling her down and putting her in a chin lock, wrenching back on that chin lock on Paige, just looking to wear her down on the ground and just slow this match down to her pace. Now Paige gonna drop her for the jawbreaker over the head, but you know Paige has a tough head as we've seen her exhibit those headbutts. Now a German suplex to Beth Phoenix, sending her all the way across the ring and into the middle, as now Paige gonna send Beth Phoenix over into the turnbuckle. And another series of headbutts over in the corner to Beth Phoenix, connecting with several headbutts over in the corner, and now screaming to the audience. Paige, of course, having the hometown advantage, being from Norwich, England, here in Birmingham. They have the support behind Paige, and they want to see Beth Phoenix lose that championship so bad after she ended Candice LeRae's championship reign, at the shortest reign that any woman has held that NXT Women's Championship. Ever since then, Beth Phoenix just owning over the entire NXT Women's division, as you saw just there. A Michinoku driver is going to put down Paige, now diving in for the elbow drop, but Paige able to evade that attack and roll out of the way for the time being. Now Paige just crawling up to Beth Phoenix and now connecting with a series of headbutts. Once again, the brutality on display from Paige here in this contest. It's unbelievable what she's going to go through. Of course, Paige being a member of the Raw locker room, coming down to NXT for this special to compete for the championship we'll see later on. The Triple Crown Championship being defended as Pete Dunne defends here. Now Paige catching her, coming in with a huge spinning out power slam. And now ducking to the outside as Paige looks to introduce a weapon into this match. I forgot to mention this match is a Falls Count Anywhere match, and weapons are allowed, of course, in that contest. You see the NXT Women's Championship laying in the corner of the ring can be utilized in this match. Now Paige connecting with the chair across the head of Beth Phoenix, cracking her across the skull. And now Paige looking to use that NXT Women's Championship that she held so long ago. She was the first NXT Women's Champion, and now she is looking to get that championship back, but instead looking to headbutt Beth Phoenix again in this contest. And now gonna look to hook her up for the Paige Turner, turning her around and now hooking the leg as Paige looking for the cover on Beth Phoenix here to win the championship. Of Beth Phoenix getting the shoulder up somehow at the last second. Paige now calling her back to her feet, waiting for Beth Phoenix to get back up here as she runs in, is going to run past Beth Phoenix and go high risk all the way up to the top rope. We saw her hit the Hurricane Rana earlier, now ducking down for another one, another diving Hurricane Rana to Beth Phoenix. Paige showing some impressive athleticism that we haven't really seen from Paige here in WWE, but Beth Phoenix now lifting her up into the torture rack submission, which we have seen put away so many challengers in recent months. She has used that maneuver to put away so much competition here in NXT, but Paige able to escape and send her out with an arm drag. And now Paige comes in for an attack, but gets dropped with the arm drag. And now Beth Phoenix with a sidewalk slam. Back and forth here in this contest, as it looked like Paige had the advantage early on, but ever since Beth Phoenix stopped the momentum of Paige and slowed this match down to her tempo, she has had the advantage. But Paige now able to duck out from behind for whatever Beth Phoenix was looking for, and Paige suspending Beth Phoenix off of the ropes, sending her now crashing to the outside, as Paige now still on the inside. What is she scouting her for here? Paige gonna look to get a running start here as she goes for a tope suicida through the ropes, diving to the outside onto Beth Phoenix and taking down the Glamazon with a huge suicide dive. Take another look at that, folding up Beth Phoenix on the outside. As I mentioned, Falls Count Anywhere in this contest, so if Paige elects to put her in the PTO potentially right here, or lift her up for the Rampage, she can put away the champion with ease, as she is looking to do so. Now lifting her up for the Rampage on the outside, spiking her head onto the ground. Brutality as she just drives Beth Phoenix into the ground. Once again, taking several looks at that. Now, Paige crawling back up to Beth Phoenix, once again electing not to go for the cover. The referee quite far away, can go for the cover on the outside. Beth Phoenix prone on the outside, looks almost done in this matchup. Everything that Paige has done in this contest would lead you to believe that Beth Phoenix would be put away for a 3 count, but Beth Phoenix still fighting back. You can't count out the NXT Women's Champion. Now lifting Paige up for a 2-handed choke bomb against the apron. My God, the brutality that Beth Phoenix just exhibited on Paige. She just sent her crashing back first into the apron, and now sending her into the apron once again is Beth Phoenix, but Paige now ducking out from behind, quickly fighting back, hooking the arms, and a tiger suplex now on the outside from Paige. And now hooking the leg. Paige gonna look to lock in her submission hold of her own. We saw Beth Phoenix going for the torture rack, but now Paige locking in the PTO, wrenching back on the arms, hooking up Beth Phoenix. This move, so deadly, so devastating. It's not only wrenching back on her arms and her back, her lower spine, but also her legs are crossed in a sharpshooter-like position. But Beth Phoenix somehow able to escape, fighting out of that, and slamming down Paige now on the outside, saying that she is done. And I gotta believe that after that 2-handed choke bomb on the apron, Paige's back has gotta be in agonizing pain. And now sending her once again into the ring post. Now an elbow down, dropping Paige once again. Beth Phoenix in this contest, the Glamazon looking to put away Paige, but now catching the leg and dropping her with a dragon screw. Now Paige looking to go back inside the ring, create some separation between her and the champion, as now she gloats on the second rope. Paige now going high risk all the way up to the top, as now she's pointing down on Beth Phoenix, signifying her target as she looks to dive from the top rope all the way to the outside, diving down with a huge seated senton. But look how Paige landed off of that maneuver. She looks worse off as she connected with that apron once again, and Beth Phoenix gonna look to capitalize on that, as now she sends Paige crashing back, and now lifting her up into the torture rack submission, wrenching on it once again, looking to get the concession from Paige. And I gotta believe that after all that she's taken, yes, Paige looking to tap out in this contest, and she does so. Beth Phoenix retaining against another challenger here tonight. And how many times have we seen Beth Phoenix capitalize on the smallest window of opportunity against her challengers? And we saw that here tonight, as after that seated senton all the way to the outside, Beth Phoenix quick to recover and easily putting away Paige with that torture rack submission on the outside. Of course, falls count anywhere coming into play. The stipulation allowing for Beth Phoenix to get the cover, or I should say, the tap out on the outside, and recovering her NXT Women's Championship for yet another day, as she continues to add to her reign, her historic legacy. And we will see if she is able to catch up to Toni Storm's record. But with Toni Storm returning to the women's division, we gotta see what she has to say about that. Can we see our first two-time NXT Women's Champion here in NXT? We will find out, but now let's move on into our main event of part 2.
And she rollin', rollin', rollin'. All these bad bitches, they on me. I just lit another foreign. I gave up with her, she boring. I pulled up in some shit that made your bitch go crazy. Like, got her like her bitch, she know a nigga wait. Like, water on my wrist, that's why these niggas hate. Like, gotta keep her stacking, let these niggas play. Like, pulled up in some shit that made your bitch go crazy. Like, got her like her bitch, she know a nigga wait. Like, water on my wrist, that's why these niggas hate. Like, water on my wrist, that's why these niggas hate.
incredible exhibition contest ahead of us here as the villain Marty Scurll is prepared to go one-on-one with the man that gravity forgot, Adrian Neville, as he runs in and catches a European uppercut for his troubles from the Marty Scurll. Now a series of chops, and now catching him, coming in with a super kick is the villain Marty Scurll, looking to take it right to Adrian Neville here tonight. Neville, of course, now catching a roaring forearm from Marty Scurll, of course being part of the SmackDown locker room on the main roster, coming down to NXT for this special to compete in this exhibition against the villain Marty Scurll here in Birmingham. Both men, of course, being from England, proud to perform here tonight. As now Marty Scurll looking to take advantage on the outside as he has Adrian Neville on the ropes on the outside, diving in. What a pathetic dive. Marty Scurll coming up short and unable to connect with Adrian Neville diving down. But Marty Scurll now looking to take advantage, but Neville ducking out of the way, going for a stun gun, dropping him with the crunchy, I should say, dropping him down with the small package driver, and now a dragon screw leg whip from Marty Scurll as he takes the advantage now on the outside of the ring. You got to think that Marty Scurll could utilize this to his advantage, sending Adrian Neville crashing now into the barricade and clubbing forearm strike, taking him down, as now Marty Scurll looking to utilize the weapons at his disposal underneath the ring. Legal in this contest. The referee using his own discretion, allowing the weapons here tonight. Now being sent off the ropes. Marty Scurll catching a super kick, and now a chair shot to the back from Adrian Neville. All this damage that Marty Scurll is taking, but a drop kick to Neville sends him crashing into the apron back first, and the chair scattered on the ground. Marty Scurll now going to use that to his advantage and drop Neville right on the chair as the villain Marty Scurll takes the advantage once again on the outside through the use of that chair. Now going for a Snapdragon suplex on the outside, folding up Neville. Now where's Marty Scurll going now? Climbing back up the ropes here. Back on the apron as he kicks, connecting with a kick on Neville. Ducking back with that falling senton, and another pathetic dive from Marty Scurll. Unsuccessful. Marty Scurll unwise to go for those high-risk maneuvers, never really coming up successful in his endeavors, whereas Adrian Neville utilizing those moves in his arsenal, now connecting with a rewind Rana on the villain Marty Scurll, dropping him head first, bringing him back. Inverted Frankensteiner head first goes Marty Scurll into the canvas, and now Neville going to look to introduce a ladder into this matchup, looking to go high risk. That's what his entire arsenal is about, his entire offensive, as now Marty Scurll ducking out from behind and catching him with a super kick in the back of the head, and now Neville going to have to go over to the ropes. Marty Scurll going to catch him with the boots, coming in now in the corner, stomping him in the chest. And Marty Scurll now, a house of fire, fired up in this contest, knowing that he has grounded and prevented Neville from building a lot of momentum here in this contest as he gets him up for the powerbomb now. Going to bring him over to the corner and powerbomb him over near the buckle. Marty Scurll wisening up, believing that was the right thing to do. Now going to set up the ladder over in the corner as Neville is recovered. Adrian Neville able to duck out of the way. Now coming in was Marty Scurll, but cut off as Adrian Neville now taking him down with a series of clotheslines, and now a super kick taking the head off of Marty Scurll. Adrian Neville quickly coming back here in this contest from what Marty Scurll had planned. Now a drop kick into the ladder as Marty Scurll was positioned over in the corner, leaning on top of that ladder, and now ducking behind for that inverted DDT, dropping Neville once again as the villain Marty Scurll continuing to build momentum in this contest again and again as he looks now to springboard in with a knee strike, coming down with a huge knee smash off the springboard, but the villain Marty Scurll unable to capitalize as Adrian Neville shoving him back and looking for the cover here on the villain, only getting a 1 count as Marty Scurll able to get his shoulder up, and Neville now gonna send him across the ring and into the ladder once again, and a drop kick over in the corner once again to Marty Scurll. Now what is Neville going for here? Off the second rope, a 630! Connecting with the 630 senton off of the second rope onto Marty Scurll. And you gotta think, how much damage that Adrian Neville has done in this contest to Marty Scurll. Or I should say, Marty Scurll is taking all the damage from Adrian Neville. How much is he gonna be able to take before he can put him away? And who is this coming out now for the United Kingdom special? It's Finn Balor from SmackDown Live. Finn Balor coming out here with a bone to pick with Adrian Neville on SmackDown Live. Bad camera angle, but Marty Scurll now gonna lift him up for the power slam, but no, Adrian Neville able to duck out of the way, and a Snapdragon suplex. Gonna look for the cover here, but Finn Balor coming inside and breaking up the cover. Adrian Neville might have had the cover there on Marty Scurll, but he connects with the corkscrew moonsault. But Finn Balor breaking up that pinfall attempt, able to save Marty Scurll in this contest and prevent Adrian Neville from putting away Marty Scurll so far. Finn Balor immediately leaving after the work was done, and Marty Scurll looking to come in for the comeback, but he gets dropped by Adrian Neville now with the inverted crush, dropping him down with a sit out inverted DDT, elevating him, and now connecting with those knee smashes to the side of the face of Marty Scurll, the villain, being busted open off of that final knee strike and having to duck to the outside for a bit of a recuperation. Now asking for Adrian Neville to come to the outside, and he catches him with a super kick coming in and now raking the eyes as the villain using these underhanded tactics to try and gain an edge here on Adrian Neville, and he gets sent flying over with an exploder suplex, almost a T-bone of sorts. Now ducking out from behind is Marty Scurll, looking to come in for that long blower, but he catches a super kick for his troubles from Adrian Neville on the outside. A series of reversals, heck, going back and forth are these two, as now Marty Scurll with the axe handle is going to take down Neville. And Marty Scurll worse for wear here in this contest, taking more of the damage than he would like, being sent several times, crashing into that ladder. But now he lifts up Neville in the powerbomb position, bringing him over to the barricade, and he's going to drop him back first on the barricade. The brutality with which he just dropped him. Now, what is Marty Scurll looking for here? He takes out a table from underneath the ring with ill intentions. The villain, Marty Scurll, setting the trap for Adrian Neville. And now looking to go underneath the ring once again, grabbing the umbrella from underneath the ring. The all-black umbrella. As now he cracks Adrian Neville over the head with the umbrella, coming in, guillotining him over the ropes on his way down. And Marty Scurll now looking to utilize that table on the outside, but Neville able to lift him up at a power slam and guillotine him over the ropes. The villain being dropped right across his throat. And a close count for Adrian Neville, a 2 count. But the villain able to find a way to get his shoulder up somehow in this contest. And now the man that gravity forgot, looking to go high risk up from the top rope, imploding 450, the 045, or I should say the 054, all the way from the top. Imploding 450 from the top. Such athleticism on display from the man that gravity forgot. But Marty Scurll quickly able to fire back with a series of strikes, and now bringing Adrian Neville across the ring. What could he be looking for here, as the villain sending Neville out to the apron with ill intentions? The table out on the outside as he lifts up Adrian Neville, dropping him for a pile driver off of the apron. The villain with such brutality, dropping head first Adrian Neville off of the apron. How could he do this? Everything it takes. This contest being Extreme Rules, no holds barred. Both these men doing whatever it takes to win this contest. And now Adrian Neville getting a ripcord lariat off on the villain Marty Scurll. And now looking to hook the leg for the cover, but Marty Scurll getting the shoulder up once again in this contest. Now Neville looking to springboard in for the frog splash, but Marty Scurll ducking out of the way. And now Marty Scurll scouting him from over in the corner here as he looks to run in for the Essex Destroyer Marty Scurll front flip, DDT, pile driver, and now looking for the pin here on Adrian Neville, but only a 2 count. The referee saying that Adrian Neville got out in time, but a super kick is going to take his head off for his troubles, and Marty Scurll proving what he is capable of in this contest. Marty Scurll now sending Adrian Neville off of the ropes, roaring forearm off of the ropes, rolling in with that huge elbow strike. And now the villain gonna look to lock in the chicken wing, hooking it in, cinching in the body scissors as he wrenches it in, looking to get the tap out from Adrian Neville, wrenching in on it. But Adrian Neville so resilient, not looking to tap out here in this contest, as he finds a way to break out of it with a back elbow. Somehow, some way, finding a way to fight out of it. As now he lifts him up in the fireman's carry position, gonna bring him over to the corner, and Snake Eyes over in the corner, dropping him headfirst into the turnbuckle pad. And Neville gonna look to follow it up now with a guillotine leg drop to the outside. Now quickly coming back to the inside, looking for the quick cover following that leg drop, but Marty Scurll finding a way to get his shoulder up once again in this contest and prevent a fall. But you gotta think, if he could lock in the Rings of Saturn or connect with his finisher, of course the Red Arrow, you gotta think this contest will be over. Marty Scurll unsuccessful in using the ladder in this contest, but Adrian Neville using it to his advantage several times here as he goes for the tilt-a-whirl head scissors once again. Over in the corner. Now, gotta think, what does Adrian Neville have in mind? What does the villain Marty Scurll have in mind, as now he sends him over into the corner, and Marty Scurll gonna look to run in with a diving body avalanche splash over in the corner. Both men doing whatever it takes in this contest to get the win, and Marty Scurll now sending the ladder to the outside and ducking out himself to the outside, as Marty Scurll now removing the steel steps off from the apron, and Marty Scurll coming back to the inside, or up on the apron now I should say, pointing at Adrian Neville, but being sent back out to the outside by Adrian Neville, and now he ducks to the outside, meeting on the outside of the ring. Both men now. Marty Scurll suckering him in, dropping his arm first down on the ground, softening him up for that chicken wing that he likes to utilize as his finisher, but now ducks out from behind that. Series of reversals from both men. Now a reversal from Adrian Neville as it's back and forth in this contest. Both men doing whatever it takes here. Adrian Neville now lifting him up with the fireman's carry and looking to drop him face first on the steel steps that Marty Scurll just exposed. The giant steel steps, and now getting him back up in the fireman's carry for a side slam, turning him around in the cyclone side slam. And now Adrian Neville gonna look to get the action back to the inside where he can get the win here, sending Marty Scurll back to the inside and in perfect position for the Rings of Saturn. He's gonna have it locked in. He's got it. The Rings of Saturn. Marty Scurll cannot escape, and he is forced to tap out in this contest. The villain Marty Scurll tapping out to the man that gravity forgot. Adrian Neville in an excellent exhibition contest here. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from what happened in this contest. Adrian Neville being sent into the corner post, then ducking out of the way of that lung blower and catching a super kick on his way in earlier on in this contest. That was following the aftermath of the pile driver through the table. I don't know why they showed what happened after. Here's a good rewind. The Essex Destroyer, the front flip pile driver of Marty Scurll, doing whatever it took to try and put away the man that gravity forgot, but unsuccessful in his efforts. And Adrian Neville, of course, having a world title match at Hell in a Cell against Aleister Black. You should tune in for that coming up soon in next week's pay-per-view event for SmackDown Live. But this is the end of part 2.